Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to yet another edition, the January 13, 2021 edition of Dr. C's Corner. I want to thank all of you who have subscribed and provided for some really great questions and feedback to the topics that I try to bring each and every week of each and every term here at Southern New Hampshire University Global. I'm Dr. Jeff Zarnick, the Associate Dean of the Department of Criminal Justice, and on behalf of your incredible criminal justice faculty, I want to welcome you, yes, to another edition. And today we're going to talk about overcoming stuff, right? And what is that word? You've heard it before, grit and whatnot. Let's talk about perseverance and what it is and how do we incorporate that? Now, that's really all of what you're modeling. Many of you students have families and jobs and obligations, yet you still get onto that keyboard and do your work. And what is that that drives that? For many, but for some it doesn't, right? And I really do think that it's a primary quality or trait that distinguishes us from successful versus unsuccessful. Okay, so let's take a look at what it means. I have my own opinion and my own beliefs as to what it means, as constantly applying it myself. But what has been said about it by some other people? It says, perseverance is one of the greatest attributes a person can possess. And it goes on to say that perseverance or grit implies a certain ruggedness, a mental toughness, an ability to suffer and endure the most difficult of hardships. It's the ability to get up, brush yourself off, and find a path forward despite what the naysayers may say. And no one, keep this in mind, no one ever has a right to steal your dreams, and they're out there. We all met them. And even what our own minds may say. Sometimes our worst enemy can be ourselves, right? I don't know if I can do this. Like, I'm not going to. And then what happens? You get behind or you look back because time waits for no one. And there's nothing worse than looking back saying, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? Regret. And an abject fear of mediocrity should be driving all of you. And I know it does. Perseverance is trusting in the face of uncertainty and seemingly insurmountable odds. I know when you look ahead at that week in front of you, I've got all these assignments and I have to work overtime. And how do I get through it? But you do. All right, you persevere and you get through that weekend, then next a new week. It is a belief that sometimes defies logic and reason. And if you're a fan of the Star Wars movies, but a lesson Jedi Master Yoda teaches young Luke Skywalker in the iconic Star Wars movie The Empire Strikes Back. To demonstrate the error in Luke's thinking, Yoda telekinetically lifts Luke's starship from a murky swamp. Luke, who believed his ship was hopelessly lost, exclaims, "Oh, I don't believe that." And that's when Yoda says, "That is why you fail." A study published in the Journal of Abnormal Psychology, which followed thousands of Americans over an 18-year period, found that those who had higher levels of perseverance and optimism had less depression and anxiety than their counterparts. Noor Hani Zainal, the lead author of the study, told Science Daily, and I quote, perseverance cultivates a sense of purposefulness that can create resilience against or decrease current levels of major depressive order, generalized anxiety disorder, and panic disorder. He went on to say, or she, I'm not sure, but either way, our findings suggest that people can improve their mental health by raising or maintaining high levels of tenacity, resilience, and optimism. And one of the best ways we can incorporate that and learn from that is by looking at other people who have modeled perseverance. People like Martin Luther King. Do you know what he faced? And I'm young enough to remember him. Oh, yeah, old enough to remember him quite well. He faced many obstacles while on his mission for equality. He was arrested over 20 times for protesting. He was the object of several violent attacks, both to his person and his property. He received threatening phone calls. His home was bombed and set afire, and he was even stabbed. To just cite a few things that he overcame to become one of the major change agents in the history of the United States. Henry Ford, you heard of the cars, experienced multiple failed business attempts resulting in 5 bankruptcies before finally finding success with the Ford Motor Company, while Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, failed over 10,000 times before finally inventing the light bulb. President Abraham Lincoln showed undaunted perseverance during his lifetime, losing elections 8 times before becoming president of the United States. And the list goes on. But you get the idea. So perseverance, grit, determination, overcoming obstacles distinguishes you from the pack. There may be some characteristics or traits that you're developing you may not even be aware of, but other people are going to see that around you and you're going to let your light shine. So I hope this helps. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. You know how to get a hold of me here at Southern New Hampshire University, j.czarnec@snhu.edu. And on behalf of your fantastic faculty, your great advisors, etc., thank you and have a wonderful week.